Well, this is a bit odd. At home on a Monday morning, 9:10, fresh face, meditation check, and I'm not at work. I'm not at work because I've decided to be freelance. We're back. Makeup is done, ready for the day. In this video, I'm going to be explaining why I've decided to step or dive into a freelance lifestyle. This is something that, has been a long time coming, and I'm really excited to share my emotions, my experience leaving my work, my kind of thought process in the past few weeks, and what I've got up to in my first week of being freelance. It has been a roller coaster ride, and that first Monday of kind of waking up and not knowing what to do with myself was pretty scary. You're probably wondering, what are you freelancing in? Well, I am currently freelancing in social media management, brand consulting, photography, a little bit of videography, and doing my podcast channel, which I'll leave the link in the description below if you'd like to give that a listen. I've been a social media manager for 2 years for 2 fairly big brands in London, and I've also been kind of freelancing as well as working full-time as a photographer, creative consultant for different brands that need help either starting fresh on digital and social channels, or kind of relaunching their brand, or improve their content. So the first kind of thing I want to talk about is the feeling of wanting to go freelance. So for me, it was covering a lot of different disciplines. So as I've just said, I'm kind of multifaceted in different creative disciplines, and working with a variety of brands, a variety of people, building my skills in that sense just was so appealing to me. Why would I dedicate all of my energy to one brand 9 to 5 and be an okay money? Sometimes struggling. London's a pretty expensive place to live. It was kind of a no-brainer at this current time. Trust me, I have thought about it a year ago. I had thought about it, 6 months ago, and I just felt for some reason right now I had the drive, I have the kind of resources around me, I have people around me that support me. A lot of my friends are freelance, my boyfriend's freelance, my mum has been freelance in her life, so there's a lot of people that can advise, and I just felt that now was a good time to give it a go. Handing in your notice and actually making that decision, God, some of my work friends must have just had an earache all day. I was kind of on lunches, after work, drinks, I really want to go freelance, but I'm really scared. What do you think I should do? Do you think I should? And these feelings and these conversations that you're having with people are good, that you need to have them. Your brain needs to sink in. Your thoughts need to sink into your brain to be like, I want to go freelance. Yep, I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Yes, let's do this. And so the day that I actually wrote my resignation and handed in, God, it was like some concrete pillar had been lifted from my shoulders, and it was just a pure kind of it was pure happiness actually, and excitement and nerves, kind of roller coaster of emotion, and that's natural to go through. That's okay to feel that way. And kind of then, it was definitely excitement and fear, but also, there was so much potential. And especially when you're creative, there's so many different disciplines that you can work in, and social media definitely is my bread and butter. Brand consulting, photography. These are disciplines that I want to give a lot of time to, and to kind of learn and adapt my time to these different disciplines and just work with different people. So I was so excited to just dive in. Monday came, and I just thought, right, there were feelings going through my head if I was at work right now, I'd be earning this amount of money. I need to earn the same amount of money today, otherwise this isn't going to work. I don't know if anyone else out there felt or has ever had those thoughts, but it's kind of time is money, and you're getting paid to go into work and do things. So when you're working for yourself, it's geez, I've got to make money. Woo! So I woke up on Monday, and kind of went on my website and opened my portfolio, and went on the Dots website and opened up my Instagram, and was just like looking at all of these different platforms and looking at them cohesively, and just thought, you know what, actually all of these platforms are potential gateways to jobs and people and money and experience and connections. And if these platforms don't look up to scratch and they don't reflect me as a person, then you're not going to get the people's attention, you're not going to get the work, you're not going to get the money, you're not going to get the connection. So I literally dedicated Monday and Tuesday to making sure my CV was up to scratch and was coherent and looked good. I started scratch for my portfolio, diving into an array of different projects that I've done and really proud of to put in there. And also the Dots is such an amazing platform. Like, I'm literally living on there to find agencies and people and freelance part-time jobs. So people are out there looking for a freelancer to come into the studio or come into a workplace and work 1 to 2 days a week, paid. Like, LinkedIn's also great, and I definitely dedicated a few hours to that, but I really, really offloaded all of my experience, all of my projects. Instagram is kind of a portfolio in itself, really, but I was just making sure that everything was coherent and everything kind of looked similar, so that if someone saw my Instagram and then went onto my website, they'd be like, oh yeah, definitely, that's the same person. I think that is so, so important. Another thing I did was like literally go through my office, go through my drawers, organise my space. So, because obviously my house is now my office. I can't afford a co-working space, don't have a studio. We luckily have our office in our flat, Stefan and I, and so I tidied up, because a clean workspace is a clean mind, like it really is. And I stumbled upon a group of business cards that I'd just been collecting over the years, different events, different people I'd met at different kind of work meetings, etc. And just filtered through those as well. And actually, I found a few that were potential clients, or potential people that I could ask for advice, or potential people that, you meet, you have a really good connection with, and you just want to say, hey, like, any time in the future that you need any work, let me know, I'm free. Like, this is really important, to just put yourself out there and not be afraid. Finding a business card, emailing, making it personal, and asking, and work has come from that. The Dots is such a beneficial platform to be on, especially if you're a creative. I've actually been featured on their like curators page, which is like an explore page like Instagram. But the people that work for the Dots actually hand select the people that get put on there. And so, if you've got a little medal next to your name on the profile, it says this user has been featured. And I think if you give a lot of time to your profile, if you upload projects, if you upload your like side hustles, if you upload projects and collaborations that you've worked with other brands and other people, that seems to get more people to land on your profile, which is really cool. And so yeah, this week I got featured, and it was just a nice little reward for spending a lot of time to dedicate to these platforms. There's so many jobs on that platform as well. Like, I literally have spent hours and hours scrolling through the freelance jobs, even scrolling through full-time positions just to see what's out there. That's another piece of advice I'd say, is to always keep your eyes and ears open, even if you're freelance. It's really interesting to see what's available and to see if something potentially could actually change your mind and get you back into full-time work. In London especially, we have so many places that you can go and work, with solid Wi-Fi. The Hoxton Hotel is a great space. Mare Street Market is amazing. Hackney Coffee Company is one of my favourite places to work. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was beneficial. I hope that you took something away from either going freelance, wanting to be freelance, resonating with me as a freelancer, tips and tricks on what to do in your first week as a freelancer. I could go on. I feel like I've conquered the world this week, and it feels really good, and I hope I've inspired people out there to potentially think about, if you're not happy in a 9-to-5, this is definitely an option to consider. Leave any comments in the description below and I'll answer. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and obviously subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, there'll be more of this face coming soon.